Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. As you know, it is Aston Villa 2, Man United 2. United dropped 2 points after leading 2-0. Two beautiful goals from Bruno, but unfortunately, United did not get the 3 points today. As tonight, we are joined with Adam, joining us from Australia. Adam, welcome to the show. What did you think of the game, mate?
Cheers, buddy. Look, I actually thought. Look, my first thing with it was I was questioning why we had two goalkeepers on the bench.
Yeah, I saw
I
your
was
text.
questioning that. That was the first thing. I didn't know what was going on, you
Right.
know, and so that was a bit up in arms and everything like that. But as far as the team went, I thought, yeah, it's okay. It'll be good to see the boys play without Ronaldo and see how they go. So, 6 minutes in, we weren't too bad. I actually thought we were pretty good for the first.
High energy, wasn't there?
It was really good. I thought we were pretty good for up until Bruno scored his second goal. And, we got to, people were saying, well, the goalkeeper dropped the ball. Well, I actually thought it was quite smart from the boys. They thought they were going to whip it across. They just passed it to the side to Bruno. Bruno put a good shot on. Cavani was there to block it from the keeper, and the keeper fumbled it and went in. And I thought that was, it was a pretty good goal, and United fans would have been happy with that as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to go around saying, well, it was the keeper's fault.
No.
He dropped the ball. I just thought it was a good goal.
No, it's not
that's
fault.
it.
You've
and
done better.
That's right. So, and then continuing the half, I thought Fred was sloppy again. It's just the guy's got to be called out for this shit.
That's what I'm saying. The accountability. He misplaced so many passes. Sometimes there were attacks that United building attacks. He'll get the ball and just lose the ball. Like, come on, mate, keep the ball.
Yeah, it's simple shit. Like he's got bricks on his feet.
Even sometimes it's like they passed him, the ball bounces back off his feet.
Yeah. It was. He didn't have a good game at all. But I mean, going through the half, I thought again De Gea probably made a couple of really good saves again to keep us not in the game, because I thought it was a quite even game. Up until half time, and then we move into half time. Then Bruno scores, and it was good pressure by United. It was probably against a little bit of the run of play, Bruno's goal.
Right.
The high pressure
was anticipated the guy passing backwards.
Yeah, but that's what he does do well. If he can get his touches better and his passing a lot better, he probably is a good midfielder for us. But yeah, and then we, the high press came in, he intercepted the ball, put a nice touch onto Bruno, and it was a cracking finish.
Done.
But that's where it all ended.
I thought it was game over, mate. I was excited. That was on Instagram.
Game
over.
I was watching you live. You said, "Oh, it looks like it's game over. 3 points, everything like that." But
you now see Coutinho score like 5 minutes to go. Like, are you serious, mate? It was
look
just
at halftime. Every game at halftime that we're leading, I always question how we're going to come out the second half. Every single time. I don't know whether it's a question that they've decided to go defensive second half, or it's a mindset. Look, this time we're up 2-0. So you've got to put it down to mindset,
right?
Without a doubt. And then I thought, we're chasing our asses where we're defending a lot. Coming into
the centre backs fought hard. I must say they did well. I thought Lindelof and Varane played well. For what the goals they conceded, I thought the first goal, could Varane have done a bit better? I don't know.
Look, the second goal, I'm going to start with the first goal. The first goal, it's to me, it's at times lazy defence. It's got to get through that midfield in the first place. But Gerrard started turning the tide. Gerrard tactically was very good.
Yeah.
Gerrard turned the whole game on its head.
Yeah.
We're looking for a tactical manager, and I'm not saying by any means we want Gerrard, that's for sure. But he hasn't been managing for a long time. And he's got this tactical nous that he's come in with over the last few years, and he proved it again against us. He did it last weekend, and he's done it again this weekend. Villa by the end of the game had more possession of the ball than we did.
Oh yeah.
I thought their second goal was poor by Telles. He's just jogging. He's looking at ball watching. He's not watching the player. It's it was a shit goal to cop. It really
It
was.
really was.
You know, and it was a real shit show by that time. You know, and if I'm Bruno, I'd have the shits as well. You know, he's put in. I thought Bruno shined today because Ronaldo wasn't there. But those two have got to work something out just to move on.
Yeah. But I don't know. It is because when Bruno plays for Portugal, he doesn't get into that team because you have Moutinho in there. Moutinho, who scored the winner against us again for Wolves.
Yeah.
But I thought, what did you think of Elanga today?
Oh, mate, he's a breath of fresh air.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, breath of fresh air. You saw that in the last game. If you watch I always stress, if you got MUTV, watch the youth games, and I watch Elanga in the 2023s, is it, or reserves? I think it's 20. I'm not sure what he's in. I just turn it on and I watch it. But he's a breath of fresh air. He's got high energy. He wants a spot in that first side. And, he said,
Rashford needs to be watching his shoulders now. Looking over his shoulders.
Yeah, for sure. Well, he wasn't in the lineup today. And, and Elanga wants to cement his spot in the game and in the team. And, next game he should be starting again.
100%.
So, I thought Ralph Rangnick got it wrong. His substitutions were fucking horrible. But I really, they were all late. 87th minute, we make a sub. Like
that was just stupid. I don't know what is the point of that. He could have brought on Sancho and at least 15 minutes. What is wrong with bringing on Van der Beek and Sancho and Lingard in the 75th minute? What's wrong with that?
I thought Matic was blowing by the 60th minute just before. I thought, and I don't know what. I don't want to talk about Donny because it's an absolute piss take.
And it hurts.
That guy, if you can't throw him in it as a 6, and we're still playing with 2 6s. So I'm at wit's end with the team, to be honest with you. And you've just got to try and just roll with the punches because you won't enjoy the rest of the season. You'll just be constantly just stressed out about every game. Yeah.
So you're happy with Elanga,
we're a mid-table team.
It seems so, man. It appears so. So you're happy with Elanga's performance today, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What did you think about going forward? I thought Telles was putting some really beautiful crosses in the first half.
Yeah, first half he was good, Telles. Yeah, he was. He was really good first half. But that's what I'm talking about, up and down, up and down. And even at times he got a little bit caught out.
Left. He worked with Elanga. He worked well with Elanga down there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, for sure. But Elanga's willing to come back and defend as well. You know what I mean? Rashford is not. At the moment. But yeah, that's why it worked well. People can talk about United, they're shit, blah blah blah, but they did play well up until Bruno's goal.
Yeah, they did.
I thought they did, and people can question me about that. But I thought they were good.
I saw a time whereby Delo, he skinned this guy down the right. The guy just took his legs off. He did this trick whereby he was going to cut the ball behind him, and when it changed direction, he was really he dribbled that guy like he was a striker. Delo, the Aston Villa guy took a yellow for it. I said, "You bastard." Delo was on. Yeah, I thought Delo played well. That's right. Yeah, I thought Delo played well. I thought the centre backs played well up to the goals we conceded. They were very. Villa started putting us under a lot of pressure at one stage. We were under a lot of pressure, headed balls out. We were literally. But
that's due down to good managing. You got to give. Look, as much as I hate Stevie G, but as a manager, he's doing well, and he wasn't afraid to take it to Manchester United. He went into the dressing room. If you heard his interview after the game, he went into the dressing room and gave him a rocket. He absolutely just tore shreds off him.
You can't do that, man. The players will be all upset.
That's it. Different mentality. But yeah, he said he went in there and gave him a rocket and told him a few home truths, and and they came out as much as they didn't. We got the second goal. They certainly turned it around after that. So
they didn't give up,
and we shouldn't be losing from 2-0. That's for sure.
No, but So who would you give the man of the match to today?
Well, look, Bruno scored 2 goals, so you've got to give it to him.
Okay.
Bruno scored 2 goals. I thought, he was working hard as well. He was working hard. Look, he probably made a few mistakes that I can't actually remember them, but because I've been trying to forget about the game all day. But yeah, today's like a loss.
The result, yeah.
Because United play. Look, Ralph Rangnick's now had what 4 wins? 4 wins, is it?
Yeah.
In all competitions, three draws or even 4
One
draws.
defeat.
One interesting stat I did hear today was we've had 100 corners. I'm not sure if it was this season, and we haven't converted any into a goal.
You're kidding me, man.
That is where Bruno is poor, putting in a cross from the corner.
Right.
Everything's to the front post. It is fucking terrible. It's gone out of the game. It has gone out of the game, the art of crossing a ball.
Wasn't there a game this
from a
season?
corner.
He took a corner because it was so poor. The opposition went to go and score for the breakaway. I can't remember who it was against. I think it was Aston Villa at Old Trafford at home. He took a bad corner kick. They broke away, went to score. Then we had the penalty, which he missed in the last minute.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Villa taking 4 points off us this season. 4 points off us.
Yeah, they're a quality side. They're a good side. And
but that was before Gerrard. That was another manager who got fired.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Look, Manchester United fans have got to realise, and as much as like today I was talking to people like about, the Glazers and everything like that. And, at some stage, I don't go into full-on conversations with people. I just quote them what they're saying, and they don't realise that the guy that's on the other end talking is 47 years old. And I've been around. I've seen United a long, long time. But and it does irritate me that as much as we can blame the Glazers and everything like that, the Glazers have been around since 2003, right? Between 2003, and I know we had Fergie at the helm, and he would have wanted what he wanted and everything like that. But we won trophies in between that with the Glazers. And we did have probably our best season ever through the 2000s. With Ronaldo, we were winning title up. We won the 3 leagues in a row, and every time we won the European Cup, and things like that. We did go well. And they have delivered us the money. And I get our appointments haven't been the best, and I really do get that. But our first appointment was David Moyes, who was recommended by Alex Ferguson as well. And, at some stage, I get sick of hearing that it's the Glazers' fault when we're losing, but when we're winning, everything goes quiet. I do get the shits with that. It irritates me.
Yeah,
because it's either one or the other. You can't have both. Right. If we're going to win all the time, you got to pick on the Glazers. If we're going to lose, you got to pick on the Glazers. You can't just. And I'm not a Glazers fan. Don't get me wrong. I am not a Glazers fan. I am not. I want nothing more than a green and gold jersey to come back out. We've got a game on February 6th. And I'm very interested if we're going to have, a Munich Memorial jersey to play in.
Yeah.
We play against Middlesbrough in the FA Cup.
Right.
I would love to see that. That's something that our promotions officer looks after, and that's something to do with the Glazers. And I'm sure they will honour that. I really hope they do honour that, because to me it's very disrespectful if they don't. Right. But I mean, we're going away from topic. But yeah, I thought Bruno. You got to give me the match to Bruno again for sure.
What would you give the whole team on scale of 1 to 10? The whole team performance today, despite throwing away a 2-0 lead.
Look, it's a shame because we did score 2 goals, and we did look. I'm not going to say did look comfortable. We did look good, and then you go and cop 2 goals, 77th minute and 87th minute. So they're 10 minutes apart. The concentration level, and I understand when you're 2-0 up, it's probably the worst score you can lead by 2-0. I know from experience when I played, there's nothing worse than being 2-0 up or you're 2-0 down, and if you get one goal back, they're on the backbone. You've got them. You've got that one goal back. Your mentality changes. Go to a next level. But these players are so inexperienced in Manchester United. They just the mentality and even the coaching, the coaching between that period, between the 67th minute of Bruno's second goal and the 90th minute was really poor. You know, we should have, as much as I don't like throwing an extra defender on or anything like that, or I want United to play forward all the time, you know, which I thought we were. I thought Delay first touch is forward and, you know, Tele's first touch is always forward. It was positive football.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, you can't tell the future. It's so easy to sit here after a 2-2 and go, well, he should have done this and should have done that. But when you start making a sub at the 87th minute, that tells me you're taking the piss.
Actually,
you know?
It is. Yes, it was.
Yeah, you're taking the piss. And like, this is the reason why he was brought in, you know, to change things around.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing's been changed. You can't sit here on this podcast and go, things are different without with Rannick, because they aren't. They're not different. They're no different.
I agree. I mean,
if they are, please tell me, because if they are different, I don't know.
I don't think that I think they're different, but it's not so obvious yet that it's different. It still feels like it's still Ole in charge. I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, the high press, we started very well this morning. High press, you know, first 20 minutes, we were just, Villa didn't know what they were doing because we just coming at them, compressing them in their own half of the field. Second half,
Villa were poor as well. First half, Villa were very poor. So it wasn't just all Manchester United being so good. Villa was so poor. You know, they were turning over the ball a lot of the time. You know, up to even like the second goal, you know, to turn over a pass there. They did it a lot in the first half as well, you know, and hence the reason why Gerrard gave him a rocket at half time.
Right.
So it wasn't all Manchester United just being so good.
So second half, just like Crystal Palace, we dropped off as usual.
Yeah.
And invited pressure to ourselves. And, you know, the rest is history. The guy came to our rescue so many times. How many times he's going to keep doing this every week? It's a lot, you know, but it is what it is. I mean, 2 points drop it honestly felt like a loss. Where are we now? 7?
We're 24 points behind City.
That's 8 games. That's
24
games.
Points. Yeah.
That's 8 games. Wow. And City beat Chelsea today. Did you see that game?
Yeah, well, I watched that. I watched that game. Yeah. And like, it's just not. I actually thought Chelsea were. I actually thought Chelsea, you know, were quite. I won't say poor, but I will say I thought they needed to grow some nuts and take it to them as well.
Right.
You know, because they did sit back a bit, Chelsea, and I know, and like De Bruyne's goal was just absolute class,
mate. That was just class.
Yeah.
Do you think City won the title? You think it's done?
Oh, yeah, it's done. It's gone. It's gone. Yeah, for sure.
It's not even
because Liverpool aren't going to do anything. Why they haven't got Salah and that. So, you know, they might take a couple of draws, but the way
they're throwing away 24 points, mate.
Nah, the way Pep's got him, like he's not even playing with a striker. You know, he's just got all these players that can play, have got good footwork, got good vision. You know, they're not afraid to take a player on one-on-one. Their first outlet is forward. You know, you got midfielders playing, you know, in the backs, forwards, in the midfield. It's so good to watch, you know. And look, the last thing I want to be doing is giving City credit for the way they're going, but you got to admire it.
Of course, as football fans,
Pep Guardiola, he's an amazing manager.
No,
to have the nuts, to have the balls to do what he's doing.
Right. No, I saw that goal. I thought, look at that.
And they came close a couple of times before that too, don't they?
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, City, they had their chances.
They just showed that, you know what? You're just not in our category, mate. Take this 1-0 and go home. 3-0, 3 points. We move on. Next. The City are not even. Sometimes they don't even have to go into first gear. You know, just
no, yeah. So their touches and stuff like that are just absolutely.
It's just a beauty to watch, mate. I wish.
Look, you can't compare. You can't compare United to them. It's just not even. And to sit here and go, We don't have a
Honestly,
player.
yeah.
Look, I don't know. We like to compare our players to other teams in the top three or top four, and we should be there. We should be there, but it's just spiraled that far out of control. Our club, it's become a absolute piss take.
It is.
And it's
It is.
embarrassing as a fan. I love this badge. This badge is my first love. You know, just as well, my wife doesn't watch this podcast, but it is
I
my
was
first
just
love.
thinking the
Manchester United was
same
my first
thing.
love. Oh yeah, I fell
Yeah,
in love
you
with this
might
badge when I
before
was
you
a
might.
kid.
There you go.
Yeah,
I understand.
yeah.
The way you said
And
it in my mind, went like, I hope she's not standing beside you.
you've seen the flag. You've seen the flag. United wife, kids. You know,
Yeah.
oh, United kids wife, I should say. Yeah. You know, even my mate Dean up in Brisbane, he done an Optus ad and TV ad, and he said, "Girlfriends come and go, but United will always be there." You know, it's the greatest quote ever. You know, he's a guy I'd like to get on the podcast. He's really
Oh, that
knowledgeable.
was
He's got
fine.
Manchester United tattoos all over him.
Really?
Yeah,
Get him on
yeah.
if you can.
He's the one.
So,
He's the one that started Worldwide Reds.
oh,
Yeah,
so if you
yeah,
can get him on and have
yeah,
him on one of the shows you run, yeah, it'd be nice
yeah,
to have him. And put the video out, and we take it from there. And a
yeah.
topic that will get him involved in. You never, So talk to Imad, and yeah, we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So the
2.2.
rating for the team, you got to give them. They took a draw, so they'll pour for what 30 minutes of the game. They'll pour for 30 minutes. I won't go overboard and say they'll pour in the first half, but the 30 minutes that they'll pour for, it was really bad. It was back to what it was, So you got to give them. It was a draw. I'm not going to say 5. I'll give them a 6.
Me
Give him a
too.
6.
I'll give them a
Yeah,
6.
a 6.
What
Yeah.
would you give Rannick for his selections, tactics, and substitutions today?
Well, look, the selection, you don't know what happened behind closed doors because all this fucking Martial shit now that's come on. I just wish the bloke would just pack his kit up and piss off because he's just done nothing but cause dramas in this club for the past 2 years. You need to. It's probably like because he tweeted or put it on his Instagram. I won't. If I get called into a team, I'll always be there. I'll never quit. Ralph Rannick, is lying basically what he said.
Oh, wow.
You can't come out and say that. And all this drama, like even with Ronaldo coming out and stuff like that. And I get it. It's Ronaldo. I really do get it. And I'll continually say
I responded back to
yeah,
you.
no, I saw it. Yeah. And I agree. Look, I agree he's the GOAT and everything like that. But I'm the type of person that wants to see all this stuff behind closed doors. And I know the new fan wants to see it out there, but it doesn't help. It does not help anything.
But it's not even so much as in out there. It's so much as in the club itself, where we've literally lost our identity, bro. Did you see the video by Patrice Evra this week?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
It's the same thing him and Ronaldo saying. United's
Yeah.
DNA is winning titles, fighting for titles, competing you might
Yeah,
not. But we're not.
I get it. I get it. I get all the trophies, but that has to be left in the past. These players know.
Yeah, we get
These
it.
players know who Ronaldo is. They know all the trophies he's got. They know Manchester United got all these trophies.
What have they done in 3 years? Absolutely nothing. And they're not even planning. Because like I say, and I said it when I responded back to you, these players don't look like it's like they just can't be asked, mate. They're just happy to get the
yeah, but I don't believe calling them out either is going to help either.
But calling them out, he didn't call them out. He just saying that he's simply saying,
come on, man.
As a club, Man United should be somewhere else, mate. We should not be in.
He said the younger players don't listen. That's exactly what he said. He said the younger players don't listen.
They don't, because he took himself when he was 17, when he was 18.
Yeah, but when it comes to that, okay, I look at it like this. If they're not listening to the manager and not listening to the coach, listening to a player with as much as experience as Ronaldo, right? Or even Varane, right? Or his experience, or De Gea with his experience. If they're not listening to them, then they should be outed. They should be taken out of the club.
It's what
They should be taken out of the club.
That's
But
what we're
to me, it
saying.
still has nothing to do with the public. This stuff.
So if how do you just out people? But what we're saying is like the culture has got to change. They've got to want, because like I said, you could force a horse to the water. You can't force it to drink. You either want to win or you don't want to win.
You can't tell me these players don't want to win. That's why they play the sport.
The performances don't
Even
show
the worst player in the world wants to win.
Exactly. You know? That is what we're saying.
I've seen players that that do air swings consistently, and they still want to win, even though they can't kick a ball.
So, okay. You know? Okay. So why is it the mentality is so poor? Take Ronaldo out of the picture. Before Ronaldo came, we are not a team that likes to win. We lose the game, heads drop. That's what we're saying. They've been in a comfort. Okay, look at the Rannick situation. He's asked them to execute the high press. We're needing to work harder. They have a problem with that. That is what we're saying.
Look, I get that. But I also made an example of we never won the Premier League for, what was it? Well, a title, let's say the league, because it did change to the Premier League. We didn't win the league for 26 years. Can you imagine if our fans, these modern day fans, didn't win the title for 26 years? Fergie came 1985. We won the FA Cup. Okay, 1985. The next time we won a trophy outside the FA Cup was when?
1991.
Exactly.
1990, the FA Cup in 1990 against Crystal Palace.
That's right. So 1990. Okay, so we're talking 5 years absence.
Right.
We got Fergie was in that period. Do you think Fergie would have still been at the club if we had the same fans now? Back then, and don't get me wrong, there was signs for Fergie to be ousted.
Yeah.
But the difference is there's no social media. The media would have been pressing him because I've seen the videos and I was around at the time when Fergie was getting outed. But it's like triple the amount of pressure these days compared to then. So I'm saying take nowadays, back then, do you think Fergie would have been there? I reckon he would have been gone. Oh, yeah. He would have been gone.
Right.
So without a doubt. And we wouldn't have the history that we've got.
All right. Why are players like Telles Delo more hungry than players like Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw? Because I tell you why. I'll answer the question and then you can answer the question. Because the culture they had over the last 3 years, when you're off form, you still guaranteed a regular place. You don't even need to work hard.
I get that, mate. I totally agree. I totally agree. And you know what? The other thing that pisses me off. I'll tell you the other thing that annoys me, right? And I agree. Most of them are the English players that are bitching out here. Most of them are all the English 100%. Players. Okay. But they've always got a mindset, these English players, and it's to do with the crowd, as the fans as well. You look at the England side. Well, we're going to win it. The trophy's coming back. It's that mentality of it's coming home. It's that mentality of their divine right that they're to win. They haven't won shit, mate. England haven't won anything since when was that? That was 66. They haven't won anything since 66, right? But it's that mentality. We get it in Australia as well, okay? We've got the A-League out here, okay? I watched the players out in the A-League, and I was at a game last night, okay, because my daughter's a ball kid for Sydney FC.
Right.
I watched the players and dead set, mate. It is the worst game you've ever seen in your life. It is that bad, the football. And you know, I want to support my local team and everything like that. But the football is that fucking bad. You're just ripping your hair out going, I can't believe I'm sitting here. And I would hate to pay for a ticket. I don't pay for a ticket. You know, it is that bad. And it's this mentality that they think they're so good.
That is the problem.
And they're not. They're not.
That is it. That is what we're saying. I hate to say this, but I think Ole did more damage than good because he put them in this little blanket whereby, you know,
But then
You
that
know,
comes down to the Glazers giving him a contract.
oh yeah,
They should have brought him into as an interim and
call it
then see you later.
yeah.
You know, and
But
look,
you put a
I
blanket
read
around
something
them, a
today.
little bubble. You don't play
Yeah,
well. You're still gonna get picked. You're gonna
I
get.
did get sent something about our director today. They had a fans forum, and apparently he came out, and when Ollie got the new contract, they said he deserved the new contract purely because he was getting the results, and that's a poor mentality.
Of
It's
course.
a poor mentality by the people in the hierarchy. Yeah. That's why they gave him an extra. Whether he was getting the runs on the board or not, it still doesn't count. He still shouldn't have got an extended contract. But then again, look, we're in first place in January last year, so it's all, mate,
You think about it.
hypothetical.
If
And like, I'll always claim, even if we had won the Europa, our fans still would have said, "Well, Ollie only won us the Europa League." You know, so
couldn't even do
the
that.
guy couldn't win.
You couldn't even do that. Is it? But what I'm saying now, take Ole out of the picture. The players need to be held accountable for their poor performances
Exactly. Yeah, I
and
totally
weak
agree.
mentalities.
Yeah.
The only reason
Yep.
Ronaldo's calling them out is because it just gets to a point like you can't just keep blaming every single manager. Where do the players like, you know what? The players get the
Yeah, no.
manager fired. Where's it like, you know what? Where were you? Where were
Yeah.
you? Where were you? Where were you? Where were you defensively?
Yeah. Oh,
The
mate, you
guy-
can see today I blame 100%. Like that last goal, you can sit there and you watch it again. You can see Tellers is looking at the ball. He's not even looking at the player, and he's just jogging. You know, it's that poor.
Accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability. Well,
Yeah.
it is what it is. I mean, I just hope they could beat Brentford on Thursday. I can't even bear the thought.
Brentford's manager's a good manager, mate. I just hope.
I
Yeah.
can't bear the thought of not getting 3 points against Brentford. That would be atrocious, mate. Absolutely atrocious.
We've
Not
lost
get
to the
3 points
bottom
against
three, and or bottom two.
Oh, yeah.
We lost to or drew to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is what it is, mate. Well, on that note, 2 points dropped. Sad. After if it was a case whereby it was 1-1, then went 2-1 ahead, if we were leading 2-0, we could have shut that game out easily. But we didn't. We couldn't. We just didn't have what it takes to close that game. And we gave Villa so much space, and they kept attacking and attacking, and the rest is history. It was quite damning, actually. It really was. It felt like a defeat.
Look, I was when we scored the first goal, I was excited. I'm thinking, shit, 6 minutes in. 6 minutes in, we're looking all right, we're playing all right. And then the second half, and I always talk about the second half.
You said it.
Every single time. I always talk about the way we come out of the second half, every time it's worrying. Yeah.
Right. Well, we've come
John
to that time.
Murto is the director. Yeah.
Right. So what do you think? And we're going to talk before the Brentford game.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to expect anymore. Honestly, I really don't. It's got to that point whereby I don't know what United will come out with. It's just like Forrest Gump used to say, that movie Forrest Gump, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what's inside the box till you open it. We don't know what United are going to do. They'll look good on paper and tease you like, oh, we got this, and they'll drop. So I mean,
Yeah.
It's really poor.
As a fan, you've got to lower your expectations. You really do.
How
You've
low
got to lower your expectations
to 7th or 8th?
I'll put one to you. Do you really think we're going to get into 4th spot?
Like what Ronaldo was saying. How do you come and start competing for 8th place? Man United 8th? Is this where we are now? Is this where we are?
We are. We are. As simple as that. Like we are that team. I just can't see us. Well, there's a long way to go. I mean, well, what are we? January. We ended mid-January now. So the league finishes in May. So
17 more games to go and league's over.
Yeah.
Man City are just
can you see us doing a Liverpool? Because Liverpool was in this position last year.
I went on that great run.
They went on that great run, and
it will have to be everyone on the same page.
Yeah. So like this time, well, this is, well, I'm just trying to have a look at that table. So 12 months ago, Liverpool were in fourth spot. Liverpool were in this time last year, and they dropped down to what, seventh,
And they
seventh too, didn't they? Seventh or eighth.
And they went to third.
And then they came back and they snuck in on that fourth spot. So, and I don't think our side's as good as their side last year. No. Not even close. So, so unless there's a huge turnaround, my expectations are going to be lowered from now on.
I would say I would like to see where United are by end of Feb. If I see where they're end of Feb, I know that, you know, the best hope of the trophy is Champions League and FA Cup. That's about it.
Yeah, look, you know the thing about it, if we go in and win the FA Cup, or we get, you know, we go on a good run with the Champions League, well, this shit's going to be forgotten. You know, it's like Chelsea. Chelsea last year, like they played shit in the Premier League last year. You know, they went and won the Champions League, and all of a sudden, they're supposed to be the side to beat.
Oh, yeah. And now they're struggling.
Yeah.
Now Chelsea are struggling at the moment.
No, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, it is. It's disappointing as a fan.
It is very disappointing today. Like I said, I just
our kickoff time was 4:30 this morning.
Oh wow. Ours was 11:30 a.m. 11:30 a.m.
Yeah, well, that's a dream for us, but we don't get that. What's Brentford? Well, so Brentford will be a 7 a.m. kickoff for us, but that's Thursday. I'll be at work. I'll be watching that at work or listening to it anyway at work.
I won't be able to watch that. But...
And then the next game after that is a 2 a.m. kickoff.
And who's that against?
That's against West Ham. Yeah, we're going to go against West Ham. Seriously.
And that's at home. We don't do well at home, to be honest. I call it.
That's at home. Yeah. Well, so that's a 2 a.m. kickoff. So, you know, I'd love one of these players just to come and watch 3 games in a row with me at 2 o'clock in the morning, or 4:30 in the morning, or, you know. Yeah.
Oh boy. It is what it is.
Or even do a podcast with you at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll just have to see how this team, you know, it just leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. Like, oh God. That's how I just felt. After when the second goal went in, I just felt, ooh, it just felt like, it felt like we lost 3-2. That's how it felt like. Felt like we lost 3-2, even though it was 2-2. You know, but it is what it is. Well, we have come to that part and that time of the show whereby we have to say United could have got 3 points, but didn't. But what are the positives from this? Elanga looks good. The defense were okay. We've seen worse defenses, but we did enough, but not enough, if that makes any sense. We did enough, but we didn't do just enough to win the game. Credit to Villa, they never gave up. And to concede it by Coutinho, that even was worse. Coutinho, remember he played for Liverpool. Oh, that was it was literally a tapping for him, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was just urgency. He sprinted to the ball. Tellez was ball watching, and they're both watching the same ball. It's just that the mentality of and the hunger to get that goal wasn't you know, Tellez never had the same hunger. You know, it wasn't matched, and that's the thing. It wasn't matched. Tellez should have been sprinting back, trying to read what was going to happen there.
That's right.
And it wasn't, you know, and probably Lindelof should have probably blocked the shot. There's probably a bit too much room between the cross and Lindelof, you know.
Yeah.
But like you say, it is what it is. So,
it is what
but look, I want to try and stay upbeat because, you know, the fans just repeat themselves all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to repeat. I don't want to be that type of person on a podcast where I'm just constantly repeating myself.
Oh,
I want to try and bring new stuff to a podcast.
We try to be optimistic because I said, you know, as bad as it is, mate, these days it's better not to expect too much. Don't expect too much.
That's it. Lower your expectations,
Lower my expectations.
and you won't feel as bad.
I just, I said, yeah, that's where I'm at,
Yeah.
which is not where Man
Yeah.
United head should be, but this is where we are.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, been an absolute pleasure again talking to you, having you on the show. So we look forward to seeing more content. Fans are going to be looking forward to seeing content from you as well on the show. So we look forward to seeing you again, bro. Well,
no problem.
From
Looking
us,
forward to it.
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Instagram. We're there, and Twitter. Just follow us, and you'll see all the content we create. We try to get all the best news for United match reactions. We'll try and have another podcast, a post analysis tomorrow. We'll let everyone know, and we'll take it from there. Well, from us, it's goodbye and good night, Adam. We're out of there.
Glory, glory.
Take care, bro.
Man United.
Take care.
See ya.
Glory, Man
Bye.
United. Take care. Bye.
So.